Hello friends, I'm Brian, and this is Gizmo Board Games. It's the beginning of the new month, so I'm going to look back at what I played last month, being August 2022. In the past month, I played 46 total games, 28 individual games, so that means only 18 were replays. So pretty good spread in the month again. 10 new to me games. I think that's one of my better turnout for new games in a month. 10, quite a lot. My goal being try to play one new game a week on average, and obviously 10's well past that. And only 5 repeats from last month, and I'll blow through the ones that you've heard a lot of recently if you've been a follower. And if you're not been a follower, now's your time to go ahead and hit that subscribe button at the bottom if you want to see content like this and other content from me weekly. And give me a like if you like what I have to offer. As we get into the 28 different games I played in August of 2022. All right, I started off the month with Red Rising. I've played this one before, and a trend for this month is going to be a lot of solo plays. I did play a lot of solo games this month, more so solo than with other people, but that doesn't mean I didn't play with other people. Red Rising, on the one hand, though, if you've seen my recent video about it, you'll know I like this as a solo game, and I did play it as a solo game of this month a couple times and getting ready to prepare for that review video. The second game I played is a new Button Shy game. Again, those are little wallet games. And this one is ROVE, not ROVE. That's currently on Kickstarter or just whatever recently in the crowdfunding network. But this is results-oriented Veratile Explorer, a little card game from Button Shy where you're just kind of manipulating the cards around based on the goals of the card, and you've got a limited amount of moves based on the cards in hand. It's a little tight. I played it wrong the first couple times I played it, so I reread the rules, played it right, and it got infinitely harder when you play it correctly and don't cheat. That said, it's enjoyable. Like a lot of Button Shies are, they play quick and easy for the most part, but have enough variety to make the game at least fun. I really enjoy playing that one, again, as a solo player game that takes 5, 10, 15 minutes. I played Small World this month. It's been a couple months, I think, since I played that one last. I've got this to the table with a group, and we had an enjoyable time with Small World. Little area control, manipulating, or not really manipulating, but you're picking your characters and their abilities based on just kind of random how they come out, and then you're trying to just conquer the world and get as many points as you can. Small World, relative oldie but goodie, and lots of variety on that one. All right, the first repeat from last month is Century Spice Road. Played this one again. It's easy little introductory game, engine builder, racing to get the cards completed to meet the goals and get the points. The fifth one is a new to me game, Creature Comforts. I ordered this one after seeing a lot of Kickstarters get fulfilled, and it looked like a really good family game. Easy worker placement. It was good to introduce to my daughter, introduce it to my group. Played this one 3 times, I think, and I think everybody enjoyed it. It played a little longer than the 45 minutes on the cover, but that's to be expected when you got a few players. I really feel like that should be about 20 minutes per player. Maybe 30 minutes per player is kind of what should be on the cover. It says 45 minutes, but that's not a big deal. It was fun to play, in the group and with my daughter. I think we all enjoyed it. Creature Comforts, looking forward to playing that one again. Another new one I got is Rumble Nation, little area control. You're rolling dice, and depending on, you're going to roll 3 dice, and then you're going to use the sum of 2 of the dice to place cubes in the space of the 3rd dice. Or vice versa. The space of the 2 dice is where you're going to put the cubes of the 3rd dice, and try to manipulate area control. And then after everybody's got the cubes in play, it's going to roll through from 2 to 12 and vary your results depending on who won each section. So good little easy thinker, little bit of luck with the rolls. Dice are going to introduce some randomness, but it was fun. Good game. Plays relatively quick and easy with some manipulation, some luck. I think we all enjoyed playing Rumble Nation. All right, the 7th game I played is an oldie but a goodie, very popular amongst groups, bring it out a lot. It's Wingspan. I think I play this almost every month, every few months, probably pull it out again. Engine building with birds, very popular Wingspan. The 8th game, another one I played solo. I enjoy playing it solo. I haven't won it solo yet. Terraforming Mars, Ares Expedition. Still struggling my way through it. I played it in groups, just not this past month. I played solo and lost yet again. Next one I play, I think, a lot with the groups come over. It's quick, it's easy. It's Hamsterrolle. I think you can see it in the video there behind me. Another game that takes 5-10 minutes. Easy setup, easy cleanup. Just a good filler game. The 10th game we played, I haven't played this one in a little while. Legendary, a Marvel deck building adventure. Card deck builder, hand management a little bit. And manipulating the heroes and the agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to take out the villains, depending on the villain and the scheme. Kind of manipulates how the game's going to flow. I've got 3 or 4 expansions for it. We kind of mix and match everything together, so I don't know what goes with what necessarily anymore. But we enjoy playing that one. It's a good little friendly cooperative deck builder game with the Marvel IP. All right, the next one I played every month since I've got it, just because it's quick, easy to play alone. And, you can play it with anyone, anywhere. It's, why'd I have to look it up? It's Rolling Realms, right behind me. I've been playing that one just a lot as a filler. Number 12, another one of my favorites. I got to the table again this month after having not played it for a while up until, July. Viticulture, again, the standard game. We're trying to get the standard game introduced so that way we can introduce the Viticulture world and everybody's familiar with the game. So looking to introduce Viticulture world, the cooperative version of Viticulture, we played Viticulture, the standard edition. Another one of my favorites, and I'm happy to play it. All right, the 13th game as we get towards the halfway point here is Camel Up, a little, dice racing, camel stacking. A very fun game. My kids love it. Everybody who plays it has fun with it. We got this one out, and it was my daughter's choice. I think just the 2 of us played this game this month. But we enjoy it. It's fun. All right, number 14, Dinosaur Island. I played this one a couple times this month. I've got this big fancy box set, so it's good to get it out, Kickstarter version. I played solo, and I played in the game group, and we enjoy it. Again, it's a lot of different phases going on, where a phase you're going out and you're generating resources, and then another phase is you're purchasing from the market, and then you're placing your workers out to, again, take actions which are going to build your dinosaur park and get your dinosaurs, which attract the guests, which hopefully you have enough security so the guests don't get eaten. There's a lot going on. It's a big table hog of a game. I enjoy playing it. Dinosaur Island, and it looks good on the table if nothing else, unless you just don't like the clash of colors. I know that's an argument against it. It looks very 90s, because that's when Jurassic Park came out, and that's kind of what the take is Jurassic Park the game. The 15th game I played is Concordia. I played this one again with my game group. This one's been on my table a lot recently. It's one of my favorites, and I'm happy to play it. Number 16, Clank deck building adventure. I played this one probably every other month at least once, so I'm sure you've heard this one in the past. Again, another deck builder, and you're moving through the dungeon trying to collect artifacts and get out before the dragon awakes and eats you because you made too much clank noise. Number 17, I've mentioned this one basically every month since I got it too. It's Ark Nova. It's probably my favorite game, or at least definitely right up there in the top 3. Enjoy it every time I play it. Enjoy introducing it to new people. And the solo gameplay is fun too. Number 18, Clans of Caledonia. I pulled this one out, got it on the table solo and in a group. It was the first time I played it in a group. So that was a nice change from the solo game. And I really do enjoy how the solo game makes it feel like the group game. Even though I played the solo game a few times before I ever played with a group. I can see how the pieces are all there for both. I really enjoyed playing it. I'd look forward to playing again. A nice little economic game. It's probably the most economy-driven game I have, where you actually manipulate the market up and down the prices, whether you're buying and selling and who's doing what. In our game, we had 2 of us that were generating lots of cheese, and then we drove the prices way down on cheese. So, yeah, Clans of Caledonia. It was fun. It was good to play it with real people for a change. and another great game that I look forward to playing again at some point. Number 19 is The Networks. I played this one solo, and it's a game where you're just building your nighttime lineup. What prime time? That's the word I'm looking for. 8 o'clock time slot, 9 o'clock time slot, 10 o'clock time slot. You're attaching ads and actors to the shows, and you're trying to generate viewership through various rounds. In the solo game, you're trying to beat certain points each round, and then a certain number by the end of the 5th round, I think it is. Networks is fun. I like the theme. It's very, very punny. So if you enjoy lots of TV-related puns and homages, I guess you should enjoy Networks. It plays good in groups, and I kind of enjoy the solo game, even though it's kind of a chase points game. At least there's like a hard break point where it's like you need to get this to consider yourself winning versus, just see if you can beat your last score. All right, and we're getting the last few here. Number 20 is a game I got this month, Baseball Highlights 2045. I enjoy baseball. This is a take on futuristic baseball. It doesn't fully play like baseball. I played it solo, but I think it plays the same pretty much either way, except the solo player doesn't have any AI to it. It's just kind of luck of what comes out. But they start off with better cards to begin with, so you just kind of want to survive them being better than you early on. But you're going to play a card and manipulate like what your batter might do on their turn. But the first thing you're going to do is see what their special ability is that hopefully will stop whatever your opponent did or prepare for your move. And then your opponent play a card which might counter your card or just might boost their card. And then it comes back to you, and then you'll move any pieces you have in the batter's box around the base paths and try to score points. Right, number 21. Libertalia wins a Galecrest. I played this one solo. I do look forward to getting out in front of the group again, but like I said, this past month I just focused a lot on solo games. And Libertalia wins a Galecrest. I really appreciate its solo play. It seems like the Atoma cards are made in such a way to counter a lot of what you end up trying to do, and this was no exception. It was very much a back and forth battle. Luckily, I won the last round and ended up winning the game this time. But my last play was the opposite way, where I thought I was going to win, and then the Atoma came out with the cards that just stopped me from getting points. Libertalia wins Galecrest. Really enjoy it. All right, the rest of the list is pretty much a bunch of new games that I got or have played that other people got. So it was a good end of the month for getting new games to the table. Starting with Wayfarers of the South Tigris. This game hasn't even come out fully yet. I played online with a buddy from one of the Discord chats. Taught me the game on Tabletop Simulator. It was my first look into a Garfield game, and I enjoyed the gameplay more than I thought I would on first brush. Lots of good choices, and where you go, you're placing workers or you're placing dice workers, doing actions to generate either resources or to recruit things into your tableau, which are going to build an engine. So it's got worker placement, engine building, card drafting, a bunch of things I really enjoy all in one, but it isn't super overwhelming once you kind of get used to the icons and kind of what you want to build towards. We ended up having a really tight game despite me not really knowing what I was trying to do. I have played games enough where I was able to at least keep up with what was going on, and I took my own advice for new gamers is if you're not real sure what's going on, at least try to drive the end game while you learn. That way, it's over quicker because you're probably not going to win, but you're learning the game. And me driving the game actually led to me only losing by 1 point because I stopped, the player who knew what they were doing from being able to take advantage of having more time to build towards what they know what they're doing. Wayfarers of the South Tigris, it was really fun to get a chance to play it. It's on Tabletop Simulator if you want to check it out as well. And maybe in stores near you soon, as the Kickstarter is fulfilling as I speak. All right, the 23rd game I play is Planet Flippers. This is a new game that came out from a new designer on a publisher you probably don't know much of, but I've been playing games, mostly sports games, for a long time, 15, 20 years maybe even now. Play games. The game is Planet Flipper, and it's basically a game where you're trying to build a planet for a potential buyer, kind of like Flip This House style. It's got cards. You're playing them down for resources, or you're playing them to the tableau to work towards building them. And there are 4 cards you have to build and upgrade to win, along with one other thing I'm not going to get into. But basically, you've got a 3x3 tableau that could expand to a 3x4 tableau. 4 of those cards must be upgraded planet things like air and water and whatnot in order to win the game before 7 rounds are up, basically. And you're just playing cards down, getting resources to either build or upgrade on your tableau. So it's a good movement game, and I might cover it in the future a little bit better than this. But nice little solo, easy card game that isn't real easy. It was actually, I lost pretty good the first time, and then the second time I played, I won, but only just barely. So it went both ways in my 2 games I played of it so far, and I'm planning on playing it a few more times in the future. Planet Flipper, check it out, from Play with 2 A's games, if you were interested. All right, the 24th game I played is an oldie with a new expansion. It's Race for the Galaxy. I got the new 3 expansion pack, which includes the solo play version. So I was playing the Race for the Galaxy solo version. So I'm going to count this as a new. I didn't count it in my 10 new to me games. So I should have said +1 plus new expansion, because that's what this is. So I took an old game with a new expansion. And I really enjoy Race for the Galaxy. I really like how the solo expansion plays. I had really bad luck in the first game and less bad luck in the second game that I played. I lost both, but I enjoy the gameplay of, the engine and the building of the galaxy that Race for the Galaxy brings. And it's nice to have a way to play it without having to try to get people on board, or, because it's a little bit rough to learn the first time, the iconography and everything. But it's card drafting, and they're using the cards as a resource in the game too. So, having cards in your hand lets you buy more things by discarding cards. And I really enjoy that aspect of gameplays where, you've got to make a choice about what you're keeping in your hand and what you're going to use to, play the card you really want to play. I was Race for the Galaxy with the new solo expansion. I forget what it is. I'll pull it out right now. Yeah, it's the expansion and brinksmanship, the complete collection of the 3 first released expansions, I believe. Yep. That was the 24th game I played. 25th game I played, I got The Crew, Quest for Planet 9. It's won the Game of the Year, I think, or was at least nominated a couple of years ago. And it's a card game with a little bit of a twist, and it's a cooperative trick-taking. And you've got to manipulate who wins the hands to meet the goals, and you're not allowed to discuss what's in your hands or anything. So it's fun. I enjoyed trick-taking games growing up, playing cards, spades and euchre and the like. And I heard great things about the Crew games, so I went ahead and got the Quest for Planet 9. We got it out. We played quite a few games of it. That's probably most of the 48 games that I played this month. I think I played this one 9 by itself, so not a lot of repeats outside of playing the Crew a lot. But it's quick, easy. A hand takes 2, 3, 5 minutes at most. All right, the next 2 games, 26 and 27, are 2 exit the game games. I played Stormy Flight, and we played Enchanted Forest. And I liked the game. Is basically an escape room game in a box that you play once with. You're just trying to solve the clues that are given and then move through to get to the end game. I liked the Stormy Flight better. I thought it was more challenging, a little more complex, and didn't give you as many of the answers. It does give you hints, so if you play any of them, if you get stuck on one, you're going to be able to advance the game either way, with the hint cards. We used more hints in the Stormy Flight. The Enchanted Forest, I think we used 1 hint, if that, because everything was mostly spelled out, do this, do this, do this. We had 1 or 2 that kind of stuck us for a minute, but we were able to figure out. So those are 2 exit games. They were fun. Really enjoyed the thinkiness of it, the puzzle. But, they're not games I'll play again because we've played through them once already, and now I kind of know the answers. All right, the final game I played this month is The Magnificent. It was another game I purchased while it was on sale. I played this one solo a couple times, and it's pretty enjoyable. It's a game where you're just trying to meet, in the solo version at least, you're trying to meet a cutoff score, and I did not meet it either time. But in this game, you've got 4 actions you're going to take, and 3 things you can do on 4 different action cards. You're going to get a bonus depending on which card you play on, and the bottom half of the card is going to be like scoring objectives. You're going to collect 1 scoring objective each round, and then get a new card for the next round. And at the end of the game, you're going to score half points for whatever scoring objectives you have. But when you play, you're going to play on a card, get the ability of the top card. It's playing dice, so the higher the dice, the more of the ability you'll get to do, but the more you have to pay for using that ability. There's common dice. In a solo game, obviously, all the dice are your dice, but in the regular game, you're going to have like a pool of dice that you're kind of fighting for. Based on the color, you're going to do certain actions that give you certain colors, abilities, and you're basically just trying to generate resources to put on performances to earn money and score. It was fun. I enjoyed it. I played it a couple times. I would like to get this in front of some other people too and see how it plays in a group. But it played okay solo. It's just, again, I'm not big on playing solo games where the only objective is to score as many points as possible. And that's what this is. So that drags it down a little bit. But it was a nice little thinky puzzle to play by myself and get to the table. Not regretting the sale purchase at all. And again, I want to play it with some real people. The Magnificent. All right, and that concludes the 28 games I played in August of 2022. I look forward to seeing what I play in September. It might be another busy month for me. It might not be. I don't know. We'll find out together, I guess. If you like this video, again, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. And, leave some comments below if any of these games were games you enjoy or any games you think I should check out based on what I said about the games I did play this month. I look forward to reading your comments, hearing from you, and seeing you next time. Thanks.